So with Corey and Courtney's dads both in jail, how do you think that affects, like, do you think that affects maybe why they're so rebellious, or?
Yeah, well, I do because Courtney, like, the way my dad told her, or my parents told her, wasn't that great. So they waited until she was like 14 and then busted the news to her that my dad wasn't actually her dad. So I think that really messed her up and made her like feel like, I don't know, not in the loop, like they had betrayed her this entire time when they were actually trying to protect her. But her dad went to jail for like robbing these people and escaping from prison. And then Corey knew Corey knew that he had a different dad the entire time. His dad had a whole bunch of drug charges or something. And I think that definitely affected him not having a strong father figure, because obviously my father figure wasn't, that fantastic all the time. So yeah, I think that definitely had something to do with him.
Okay. So do you want, like, changing the subject, do you want to, like, tell me some stuff about your childhood?
Yeah, so I was born October 19th, 1997. And did you move the mouse?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I remember, when I had this vivid memory of when I was like 5 years old of my mom like screaming at my dad and them like physically fighting in the living room. They fought all the time. My dad was constantly drunk. All of the time my dad was just wasted all the time. And no matter what he did, he always came home drunk. He always came home late. He was always, he missed almost all of my birthday parties before I turned 10. He was almost never there on my birthday parties. He was always super drunk. I remember the 4th of July when I was 6 was especially bad. It was a terrible night. My dad, like, I remember he just riled up and just hit my mom in the face as hard as he could. And I remember seeing that as a child, which I should not have seen as a child. And then, yeah, so he was drunk all the time, whatever. And then they got a divorce when I was, like, probably 12. And, I was in, like, 5th grade.
Do you still remember it even though you were 12?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was an awful divorce. I came home and I ran upstairs to talk to my dad after school like I did every day, and he wasn't there. My mom told me that they got a divorce, and, it broke my heart, It was awful because my dad wasn't there when I thought he was the greatest person in the world, even though he did all this crazy stuff.
Did things get better once you moved out? Like, did your mom seem happier, or was it kind of rough at first?
It was just rough because right after that, Corey got arrested.
Oh.
But I forgot to say something. So, like, when I was little, my dad went to prison for having, like crack or meth or something on him. Like, he had a lot on him. And he was in prison for, like, 4 years while I was a kid, which I don't remember, obviously, but it still, like, affects me, knowing that my dad did that, and knowing that I was not always his main priority, which I should have been, like, first and foremost.
Yeah. So we'll go back to your home life and all that in a little bit. So you said that you're still in high school
Yeah.
and you graduate soon?
Yeah, I'm talking about college and stuff. So,
Okay.
like, I'm a senior in high school. I go to Irvington. I graduate. Irvington Preparatory Academy is a small school on the east side. I graduate on June 11th. And after that, I'm either going to go into the American Honors Program at Ivy Tech, or I'm going to stop school for a couple years, save up money, and then move. I really want to move to New York City, whatever. I really want to get out of this toxic environment that Indiana is, I have so many bad memories of this place and the people here, and I just feel like I will get sucked into a terrible loop of, depression if I stay here, being around all these crazy people and my crazy family. Like, I love them, but I can't deal with them all the time.
Are you afraid of, if you did go to New York, are you afraid of, like, leaving your mom?
Yeah, because I feel like I'm a rock, I always have been, and my mom always knows that I will do right by her no matter what. And I feel like, I still have to support Sydney. If Sydney ever needs anything, I wouldn't be there, and that is, like, stressful and stuff. But I also feel like I need to live my life for me, and I need to do what I want to do. I want to be an emergency room nurse. I really want to work in trauma. I want to help people, and I want to, continue my education and stuff.
So if for some reason, like, you didn't have enough money to go to New York, do you have any other plans? Like, do you have any friends you might be able to move in with, or?
Yeah, there's this bomb girl named Rachel who I should totally get an apartment with. And like my friend Sarah wants to move out too, and you know I always have the safety net of people who I can rely on if things ever got, you know, that bad at home that I would have to move in with somebody, which I hope not. But because I don't want to like mooch off people, it makes me feel bad. I like to do stuff for myself, and I can't always do that, you know.
Yeah. So you don't have a job right now. You're just kind of finishing up school.
Yeah, finishing up school. I'm getting a job soon, hopefully, at my friend's, where she works at. My friends Sarah and Draven both work at this restaurant, and hopefully I'm going to get a job there soon. So that'll help put, you know, some money in my pocket and help me help out with bills around the house and be able to buy my own food and, you know, my own cigarettes and stuff, you know, stuff that I need.
So would your, if you did work at that restaurant with your friend, would you be like a waiter?
Yeah. So I would train as a busboy, or train while busing, and then be a server like in a month or so.
That'd be nice to come home with tips every night.
I swear.
Okay.